So you guys know I get these random revelations, I think. And maybe they're not so random because maybe God intends to give me those revelations. And maybe you have the same thing. So today I was in the kitchen and I was getting some ice, getting ready to make me a drink. And like one or two ice cubes came out. And I'm like, man, what is wrong with this thing? So I'm like pushing and pushing and pushing, and then I just stopped pushing, right? And I started just kind of holding it there. And I heard it moving and I heard the ice chugging along, chuck, 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 chuck. And then eventually when the ice came out, like a ton of ice came out. So much ice came out that it not only went in my container or went in my hand, but it also went like on the floor. And so God at that moment reminded me of sometimes when we are doing something and we feel like, I'm sorry guys, my phone is about to die, so I want to make sure I can plug it up before it dies. But sometimes when we're moving towards our purpose, and sometimes when we are trying to achieve something in life, it feels like we are pushing and nothing is happening, or maybe one thing happens here and then nothing happens and it's super quiet. Well, I noticed something, that when I stopped pushing and trying to make it happen and really resting in the fact that the ice was going to come out of the ice machine, which is the same thing in life. When we stop trying to push, and just rest and know that God has our back and He has it under control and that He has a plan for our life and a purpose for our life, then just like that ice, things will overflow. I had enough ice for my drink, but I probably had enough ice for 2 or 3 more drinks. And that's how it is in life. You will have enough that you will overflow so much that you will be pouring into other people. And I was reminded of that last night when I went to church. The pastor's wife was talking about just resting in a place, and that God will give us rest. We were coming out of Psalms 23. And so I encourage you today to be in that same place. It's easy to feel like we got to be on the ground, we got to be pushing, we got to make it happen. And that is true. We do have to do something, but sometimes God wants us to be in a place of rest, and He wants us to know and to realize that He has a great